I would like to welcome you in my YouTube channel Shakil Sir Physics. In today's lecture, we are going to derive an expression for energy of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. Now, as we know, total energy is nothing but it is the combination of kinetic energy plus potential energy. So, first of all, we will derive an expression for kinetic energy of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. Then we will see potential energy and we will add them, and after adding them we will get total energy of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. So first of all, we will derive an expression for kinetic energy. So for deriving expression for kinetic energy, we know velocity of a particle performing simple harmonic motion is given by V is equals to omega square root a square minus x square. As we know, kinetic energy is nothing but simply half mv square. So if we substitute value of V from equation 1 in this equation, then this equation will become half m. So omega square root of a square minus x square whole bracket square. So this equation will become half m omega square, and square root will get cancelled, a square minus x square. Or in place of this m omega square, we can also write half k a square minus x square. So kinetic energy is nothing but equation number 2, half k a square minus x square. Similarly, at time t, we know velocity is given by a omega cos omega t plus phi. By using this also we can find equation for kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is equals to half m v square. So in place of v, if we substitute this value, then kinetic energy will become half m, in place of v, value of v as a omega cos omega t plus phi. So a will become a square, omega will become omega square, simply cos square omega t plus phi. If I will rearrange it, then kinetic energy is equals to half. Now m omega square can be written as k a square cos square omega t plus phi. Equation number 3. So this is also an equation for kinetic energy of a particle performing simple harmonic motion. Now we will see potential energy. How we can find potential energy? So for finding potential energy, let us consider that a particle is performing simple harmonic motion along a path with reference to mean position O about to extreme points M. Let at any instant of time particle is at point B where its displacement is x. As we know that displacement and force, they are oppositely directed to each other. So at point B, force acting on the particle is given by F is equals to minus kx. Your equation number 4. Now, if suppose this particle is further displaced against the direction of force towards the positive extremity, for example, till point P, let us suppose during this displacement of the particle is dx. We are displacing the particles towards right extremity against the restoring force. So during this, let us suppose work done is nothing but dw. As particle is displaced against the force, so this work done will be negative. So dw is equals to minus f into dx. Why we are getting negative sign? Because we are displacing the particle against the direction of the force. So as we know, force is equals to dw is equals to minus into minus kx dx. So this will become kx dx. Minus minus will become plus. So if you want to find how much is the work done in displacing a particle from 0 to p, so for that purpose we will have to integrate this equation. For example, dw is equals to kx dx. I will give you equation number 5. So by integrating equation 5, we can get how much amount of work is done during the displacement of particle from point O to P. So integrating equation 5, or integrating above equation. So integrating above equation, we will get total work done W is equals to integration of dW. So this is equal to integration from 0 to x kx dx. So this is nothing but if k is taken outside the integration, then integration x dx. So we know integration of x ds is nothing but x square by 2. So W is equals to k x square by 2, or we can write it as half kx square. So this work is saved in the form of potential energy. So this work is equals to potential energy. So we can write this work as potential energy of the particle. So potential energy is nothing but potential energy is equals to half kx square, or we can also write k as half m omega square x square. Similarly, we know at time t, value of displacement is nothing but x is equals to a sin omega t plus phi. If we substitute, let us give it equation number 6. So in terms of displacement at time t, we can also write potential energy as potential energy is equals to half m omega square. In place of x, we can write a sin omega t plus phi and square of the bracket. So this can be written as potential energy is equals to half m omega square, squaring this bracket, a square sin square omega t plus phi. Or we can write it also like in place of m omega square, we can write k, half k a square sin square omega t plus phi. So this is also an expression for potential energy at time t. Now we have got kinetic energy, potential energy. If we will add these two, then we can get total energy of the particle. So total energy of the particle is nothing but simply addition of potential energy and kinetic energy. Total energy is equals to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So how much is kinetic energy? Half m omega square a square minus x square plus potential energy half m omega square x square. So if we will solve it, half m omega square. Now this is common in these two terms, half m omega square. So if we take half m omega square common, then what will remain in the bracket? A square minus x square plus x square. So minus x square plus x square will get cancelled. We will get total energy is equals to half m omega square a square. Or in terms of k, this is nothing but half k a square. So this is nothing but total energy of the particle performing simple harmonic motion. Now from this, we can show how or on which factor total energy is depending. So as we know, omega is also equals to 2 pi m, where it is the frequency. So total energy is equal to half m. In place of omega, we will write 2 pi m. So square of omega will get as 4 pi square n square a square. So solving this we will get 2 1 the 2 2 the 2 pi square m n square a square, or as we know n is equals to 1 by t. So total energy can also be written as total energy is equals to 2 pi square m a square upon t square. So from this we can prove that total energy is proportional to, first of all, mass of the particle. It depends upon mass, directly related with mass. E is also proportional to square of the frequency. E is also proportional to square of the amplitude, and E is also proportional to square of the reciprocal to the square of the time period. Now we will show how total energy becomes kinetic or potential when particle moves from mean position to extreme position. Now let us suppose that at mean position, x is equal to 0. So therefore kinetic energy will be equal to half m omega square. Now we know equation for kinetic energy is half m omega square a square minus x square. As x is 0, we will get a square minus 0. That is nothing but a square. So kinetic energy equals to half m omega square a square at mean position. Similarly, potential energy half m omega square into 0. So potential energy will become 0. That means at the mean position, total energy of the particle is purely kinetic, or kinetic energy is maximum at the mean position. Similarly, if we will see at the extreme position, so at extreme position x is equals to a. Therefore, kinetic energy will be equal to, as we know equation of kinetic energy, so a square minus x square, that is a square minus a square will become 0. So kinetic energy will become 0 and potential energy will be equal to half m omega square. In place of x we will write a square. So potential energy is maximum at the extreme position and kinetic energy is maximum at the mean position. So in the last, graphically I will show you how kinetic energy and potential energy varies as the particle goes from extreme position to mean position to extreme position. If we plot a graph between these two, on x-axis we will take displacement, on y-axis we will take energy. So displacement of the particle, so here positive extremity, here negative extremity, and here x is 0, mean position, and energy of the particle at the y-axis. So as we know, at the mean position kinetic energy is maximum. Let us suppose that this is the total energy of the particle. So kinetic energy is maximum at the mean position. So as the particle goes away from the mean position, kinetic energy decreases and becomes 0. Similarly, when particle goes on the right extreme point, again kinetic energy becomes 0. So here kinetic energy is maximum at the mean position and minimum at the extreme position. Exactly inverse is for the potential energy. When the particle is at the mean position, potential energy is 0. As the particle goes away from mean position to extreme position, for example, this is total energy. So with reference to this, I will draw the curve. So as the particle goes from extreme position to mean position, potential energy decreases, and again when it comes back to the extreme position, potential energy increases and becomes maximum. So this is sufficient for today's lecture. We will meet in the next lecture. Thank you very much.